beautiful souls. It is 11:59 p.m. on 2/2/26. Happy February. Happy 2/2 portal. I know I have less than 60 seconds left of this 2/2 portal. I just woke up from putting my son to bed, and I told myself that I was going to do a daily divine here on my channel that would explain what the morning's daily divine, weekly divine that I shared live, just the card unfolding reading this morning for this 2/2 portal. And I told myself I was not going to go fully to bed. I would not let it reach midnight, as it is now, until I was able to share this message with you, because it is a really, really important message for a really, really important divine feminine who might need to hear this, because it was something I needed to hear really, really badly too. And trigger warning, this might also bring up some things about our own health and well-being. This is a message for a specific divine feminine collective. I know I am part of that, as this message is also pertaining to me. And this is about the divine feminine collective who struggle with mental health and anxiety. And you can tell because, first of all, when I was shuffling and pulling for the collective this morning, the first card that came out was the Eight of Swords in reverse. And anytime you see swords, it's all about the mental. Swords are of the mind, it's of communication, it's of thought. Air signs, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. And the Eight of Swords in reverse is indicating that there is I'm hearing a reversal. There's a healing occurring when it comes to the mental stuckness and the mental blockage in the divine feminine collective. And why do I say divine feminine, even though this is for all? Well, we all carry feminine energy within us, and there's sometimes specific messages that come through that are more strongly, I can tell with the energy of the cards based on what cards are coming out. So for instance, we have the Queen of Cups. That is this overall energy that flew out. I'll try to get it focused. Queen of Cups is about holding space with loving compassion. And then we have the Queen of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune and the Justice card. The bottom of the deck underneath the Eight of Wands and the Seven of Wands. Swords. Eight of Swords and Seven of Swords. So this divine feminine collective is saying, have compassion for the mental limitations, mental blockages. I'm hearing even limiting beliefs, disempowering limiting beliefs that may have been keeping you stuck. And this could be from deception in the past with the Seven of Swords. But this could also be causing you to want to move more quietly and more secretly and discreetly because of this mental fear, anxiety around this Wheel of Fortune, this justice that is what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck. That this is your time, Divine Feminine, to stand in your confidence for the wheels to turn in your favor and fortune and your justice, to put that sword down, that mental sword of defense. You see, the sword is down, facing downward with justice, because the fight, the battle is over. The battle with your mind. We had go beyond the mind that showed up, beyond the mind and awakened awareness. We also have serenity that's at the bottom of the deck underneath the Justice, Wheel of Fortune, and Queen of Wands. So, Divine Feminine, hold your vision. You are awakening. This is what's happening. This is what's happening. This is what Spirit is saying during this 2-2 portal. This is why Spirit is like, don't go to bed until. It's almost, you got just give your good night kisses to your baby. I kind of overslept, taking a little nap with him, trying to put him to bed. Say your good night text messages to your lovers. to your lovers, loved one. And go give this message, because this is something that personally I don't like talking about out loud too much to my public eye, to my audience. But as a Divine Feminine collective, as a Divine Feminine healer, wounded healer, okay? This is about, and you can tell that I jumped on, because I didn't put a filter on, I didn't put my earrings on, I didn't put my lips on, nothing. That's how I know that this is so important. We have an awakening that is happening. The third eye chakra here at the bottom of the deck, and our ancient future underneath that, and the root chakra. Your root chakra and your third eye chakra are awakening to the awareness of where your safety, security, stability, trust in, house, and I'm hearing in your home, maybe the safety in your home, with the 6 of Cups in reverse, growing up with siblings, may have been 10 of Wands, really painful. Maybe you went through some really, 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 really challenging burdens. And that's why this completion is occurring with the 10. We are in the year 10/1, the ending and the beginning. The cycles of these burdens that you had to carry, the weight of the world. I'm here and I'm seeing even the weight that was not yours to carry. These are all burdens from others. You see these 3, 6, 9 wands scattered. Divine Feminine, you may have spread yourself so thin over your life, in your home, in your household, in childhood, with your siblings, with childhood best friends, with childhood lovers, with, past life is what I'm hearing too, is causing the moon in reverse and the 6 of Cups in reverse. It's causing this deep, deep depression emotional overwhelm. And I'm hearing the Six of Cups is also about nostalgia. But when it's in reverse with this moon in reverse, divine feminine, this is a great deal of depression. And I'm hearing that you have kept silent, suffered in silence for so long. And like I said, I struggled with depression and anxiety and mental health and adverse childhood experiences, and my root chakra, my home space, had a hole as well. And I spent my whole life searching for that hole to be filled. And I spent my whole life looking externally for something that could only be poured into me internally. The Ace of Cups is in reverse with the Strength reverse and the Two of Swords reverse as well. It is not a weakness, Divine Feminine. Spirit really wants me to put away the shame around this negative stigma, this negative judgment that I have for myself around mental health and anxiety and healing through traumatic experiences. The Strength card is in reverse because Divine Feminine, we have been taught to believe that our feminine nature is a weakness that we should be ashamed of. We've been taught to believe that our emotional nature, our sensual nature, should be something to hide and suffer alone and stay stuck in our own head. Because feminine energy that is within us all, regardless of gender, is of the non-physical. It is the unseen, unfiltered, pure, raw emotions. It's the creative part of us. The part of us that has the ideas, the part of us that has the excitements, the part of us that holds the emotions, that feels, that is the feminine energy. So this is about the feminine energy within you, within me, within us as a whole collective, as one. We've been taught to ignore our intuition. We've been taught to not trust in our own faith in self. The Two of Swords is supposed to be about walking by faith and not by sight. Not blocking your blessings out of fear of letting it in because you don't know what's to come. And that's what this Divine Feminine Collective is trying so hard to break free from. That's why this pineal perspective, that's why this third eye chakra is awakening. Because you're having an conscious awakening, becoming aware of these emotions that have been frozen in time, frozen in your mind. But you see, this This Eight of Swords, the thing about the Eight of Swords is if you look closely enough, she could walk right into that new portal. And that's what this 2-2 portal is trying to tell us. This is why Spirit said, do not go to bed until you give this message. The ancient future is underneath the third eye chakra and awakened awareness and go beyond the mind. All of these cards are indicating that we are awakening to an ancient wisdom. And that's the Six of Cups as well. You may be having such deep awakenings with this, from this nostalgic past life, childhood awakening. Personally, I know, experienced what I've been experiencing a little bit, I'll share with you, is that I have been having these awakenings. I've had this activation, this awareness from childhood and past life. Memories that I have blocked out because of the pain from childhood, from that broken home rooted childhood. And up until now, it was not safe to reflect on these. Up until now, it was not safe in my body to awaken to these awarenesses. And now, Spirit is saying you are ready to awaken to the wisdom of your soul, to more truths, so that you can heal and so that you can remember all of the beauties and blessings and benefits of your life, and so that you can experience and enjoy the beauties and blessings and benefits that life still has yet to come. But it got to a point where I was not letting myself move into this portal. I got to a point where I couldn't even let myself move into the portal that was wide open for me until I awakened to the things of my past that I have been holding back, holding down, suppressing, oppressing, and trying to suffer in silence alone. So, Divine Feminine, whoever is listening, if you find yourself having struggles mentally, if you find that right now what's coming up in these final weeks of the year, in the year of the snake, before we move into the year of the horse, and you're finding that these are the final debris of past life, childhood, areas where the first 8 years, the root chakra was not fully formed and did not fully form, or maybe left you with what felt like a gaping hole in your heart. This is not to be dramatic. I just heard that. Divine Feminine, if you have been told you are just dramatic for feeling, for experiencing, and for being angry or hurt or mad or sad or depressed or anxious, for what you've gone through. That's where the Queen of Cups is coming in. That's where the Queen of Wands is coming in. That's where justice and serenity is coming in. Have compassion for yourself as you move into this new confidence, unlocking hidden truths, awakening to a soul consciousness, a soul wisdom from your ancient ancestry. You are breaking cycles of generational karma, trauma, thank you, and karma. Okay, Divine Feminine, this is the High Priestess card in Beyond Lemuria. You are being asked, look at all this, all the chakras are coming out. Solar plexus, the sacral is right underneath. The sound of the universe. I'm hearing, Divine Feminine, tap back into your creative. Sing. Utilize your voice. Speak up. And maybe even channel these painful awakenings, these powerful awakenings into song or dance or art, or write your story about it. Whatever it is, your story is the sound of the universe. Your story is the story of the ancient, our ancient future. Your song is what will serve the justice that you deserve. So hold your vision. Whatever it is that you are awakening to, whatever it is that you're finally seeing. When I realized that the things that I stuffed down, froze off, ran from, shut out, locked down, also made me do the same with all of that divine love that wanted to come in. I threw the baby out with the bathwater, so to speak. So now things are coming up. Awakening to new divine conscious love. Awakening to past life, childhood love. And it's bringing up, it's reminding me, it's awakening me because I had a moment where I couldn't remember so much of my past that I wish I could remember. And I asked myself, why? It's because I don't care. It's because I didn't care. It's because I didn't love. It's because, no. You know what my therapist said? Look at me getting real at midnight on this 2-2 portal. Technically it's 2-3. Shout outs to my grandpa. Happy birthday. Rest in peace, Grandpa. I love you. You know what my therapist said? She said, everyone should need... She said, the expression throwing the baby out with the bathwater comes from throwing away everything in hopes to get rid of the bad. And that's what people experience when you are in survival mode, PTSD, and you don't even know it. To survive, you shut it all out. So that's what happened. I shut out. And this is the same thing with antidepressants, anti-anxiety. I am not against them and medication at all, because if that's what you need, that's what you need. And sometimes we just need a little extra help, Divine Feminine, and that's what this message is about for a specific collective that needs to hear this. There is no shame in asking for the help that you need. There is no shame in receiving the love that you deserve. That's why the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus are out. And the third eye. Because we are now grounding in the highest vision that God has created for us. We are seeing, awakening to truths of the blessings and the beauties, of the pleasures of life, of the powers of our own heart, mind, soul, word. That's why we cannot assume. Don Montgomery's 4 agreements came out with the third agreement 3 times. And that was, don't make assumptions. Don't make assumptions. Literally, assume nothing. Speak openly and honestly, and let your life be transformed. All this can happen when you don't make assumptions. In any kind of relationship, we can make the assumption that others know what we think, and we don't have to say what we want. We assume that they're going to do what we want because they know us so well. If they don't do what we want, we feel hurt and we think, how could you do that? You should know. You should have known. If you loved me, you should have done this. If you loved me, you should not have done this. If you love me, you should have known. Instead of just speaking up on what it is that we truly need, what we want, we assume that they know. And a lot of these assumptions come from assumptions based on, where are you at? False expectations appearing real. A lot of these assumptions were based on coming from memory experiences of carrying the weight of the world. But when you release the burdens, the energies, the weight, the assumptions that are not yours to carry, you leave space for only one wand, and that is Ace, divine wand, God's wand. Speak openly, clearly, honestly, and you won't have to make assumptions. And when you stop making assumptions, your word becomes impeccable. And when your word becomes impeccable, your life is completely transformed. Magic just happens in your life. What you need comes to you easily because spirit moves freely through you. Divine Feminine, what's happening right now is you are releasing and clearing all of this pain, suffering, deception, all of the sadness. You are clearing it with this Knight of Wands. You are clearing it with this Queen of Wands. You are clearing it with this Ten of Wands. And you are learning how to receive love again. From divine, from source, from yourself, from your beloveds. So, hold your vision. Because your dreams, they may be impossible. But as long as you get a practical plan, and as long as you take some action, and as long as you don't let your pride get in the way, and as long as you remember that you are good enough, Divine Feminine, then Irie and be in faith. Everything will be all right in good faith. I just got a notification, a message that made me smile, full of love and emotions that I haven't felt: giddiness, excitement, innocence, love, since 6 of Cups, I was a child. You may be having literal childhood lovers coming back, or past life lovers coming back, love coming in. Emotions are running high right now. Aquarius stellium, Neptune in Aries, Saturn returning, Pluto always doing something, forcing us to face our fears, work through them, because a new start is coming and you're very, very, very close to achieving your goals. All you got to do is just make some adjustments, Divine Feminine. Adjustments around your heart. Adjustments around your vision. Adjustments around your plan. You just need a practical plan, that's all. Those are the adjustments. What's happening is you are recalibrating your nervous system from what once used to not feel safe into trust. You are cleansing and purging the guilt that we store in our sacral and the shame that we store in our solar plexus. And we are allowing ourselves now, Divine Feminine Collective, to embrace, embody, and receive the pleasures of life's blessings, beauties, and benefits. To trust in our intuition, to trust in ourselves, to trust in our desires, because we are worthy and deserving of receiving everything that our heart, soul desires. It's our birthright. Abundance is your birthright. Okay? Alright, I hope this helps. So go sing about it. You are the song of the universe, Divine Feminine. You are the song of the universe. You have beautiful, I'm hearing hidden talents. You have a voice and a story and a song of your soul that needs to be heard for your ancient future. Your ancestors is what I'm hearing. The women that came before you who could not sing or speak or heal or love as openly and freely as you get to right now are standing on your shoulders and are lifting you up on their shoulders, Divine Feminine, are giving you the wisdom of the ancient past, the wisdom of the beautiful Divine Feminine collective of centuries, generations, because you are the cycle breaker, Divine Feminine. You are breaking cycles of generational trauma. And you should be so very proud of yourself for how far you've come, and the fact that you're even here listening to me, the fact that I'm even here speaking these words. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, tell me that you love me more. It's safe now to receive. You're training your brain to trust and love, maybe for the first time for some of you. It's a beautiful thing. And you should be very, very excited. And I'm so excited that I didn't put a filter on, and I'm looking real tired right now. And that is why I'm going to go ahead and bid you an adieu. And until the next moon, peace and love. Namaste.